Okay, so here I am, and the fact that there are actually five people, even though that I am how late? 16 minutes late. I'm always late. Just like Donald Trump, just like Biden.
You're
They're
late.
always
You're
late.
late.
You
You're
know?
late.
So I get to be late, although I'm not as
Oh, I'm messing up here.
in the spotlight as they are. Hey, Bob, how are you?
You're late.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Hello,
Um,
Michael.
it's been a strange work week. Hey, Chris, how are you, Chris? Rigor Mortis, hey, brother, how are you? Um, I don't know how I'm coming across if y'all can hear me. There's a lot of crap going on these days, it seems like. You can call it conspiracy theory, whatever. All I know is all the crap that's been going on for the last 3 years is kind of scary. 2 years, maybe. Anyway, I don't mean to be all political and all whatever, but I am a political guy at the end of the day. And all I can tell you is that I am, in many ways, glad that I am old and I don't have to witness the decay of our society. So that's my political statement. Well, I have a few more. Things are
Our elections,
definitely weird, Rigger.
our
Um,
elections are like a third world country now.
and your country's got some weird stuff going on too. And I will say that a lot of this is not just national, but global. And it's a globalist. I'm telling you, it's a globalist. It's like today, I went to update my computer. I don't know what they're updating it with. I don't know any of that. Do you? I mean, who knows what the hell they're sticking in there? That's all I gotta say. I hear you, Rigger. I would be more fired up if I had kids too, because they have to live in this world that the globalists have created. And Rigger is in Canada, so he's got that tyrant Justin Trudeau going for him.
He is
And,
a tyrant too.
we got the globalists here, and it's not Joe Biden. Uh, he's been being controlled by somebody else for a while now. So,
Joe Biden's an idiot.
as
He
are
says if he
many
does
other
good on
countries,
TV,
you
he'll
think
give him
about
ice cream.
George Soros, the fake book guy, whatever his name is, Zuckerberg, all these. Michael, I want to disagree a little bit with that. Only in that I have more faith in humanity than that. I think that in the end, who knows what might happen, but that right will prevail. But I mean, you know, what's the term? I can't think of the term. Doesn't matter. I have higher hope for the human spirit. Now, it seems pretty bleak right now. I get that. And you know, the thing is that, and I know a lot of people, there are people out there that don't like Trump or whatever, but if you think about since the election, even in his election in 2016, he's not duly elected, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Hillary Clinton was all about that. And they did the whole Russian collusion shit, all that. Report after report, report after report, exonerating him. So, I don't know. Sounds like a witch hunt to me. And he vowed to drain the swamp. Well, for the 4 years of his presidency, he never had a break. And impeachment after impeachment. He called Ukraine to say Hunter Biden and Joe Biden kind of corrupt. You need to look into this shit. And that got him. That was impeachment one. I think it was impeachment number one. Because they wanted to cover it all up. It was just an excuse. I have to wonder how much good Trump could have done for the United States had he not been impeded the whole way by everybody in the government, basically the deep state. I'm telling you, the deep state is real, and they will do whatever they can to maintain their power. The FBI, the NSI, let's see.
You got the Mad
NSA, the CIA, the FBI, all these mofos. They are all in it because they want to control the United States, not just some what they would call a figurehead. And that's what Biden is right now, is a freaking figurehead.
Hey, Ed.
And it's all the globalists. Hey, by the way, hi, Craig. Mad Kiwi down there in New Zealand.
Ed, do you know who this
You know, y'all got your share of that shit down there, too.
Ed, do you know who this guy is?
Definitely in Canada and all that. I'm telling you, it's the globalists.
Ed, do you know who this guy is? Newfound Drone Productions?
To eat bugs because of global warming while they cruise around on their private jet. You're being rather silent, Bob.
I was saying, do you know who this guy is? Newfound Drone
Oh, I can't
Productions?
even hear you.
Do you know who
Are you
Newfound Drone
muted?
Productions is? I
I
think
can't.
you're
I
the
can't
only
hear
one.
you, Bob.
I think you're the only one. Can anyone else hear me?
How do you know Newfoundland?
Who is that guy? Does he have a channel?
Why can't I hear you, Bob? Bob. Bob
What?
is muted.
I'm
I
not
really
muted.
can hear Bob. Why can't I hear him?
Sorry, Matt.
Well, this sucks. Everybody else can hear Bob, but I can't hear his ass.
What a way to run a fucking show. I know who you are, Matt.
Just
If
don't.
Ed hadn't fucked up, I was gonna make a joke, but it got kind of screwed up.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, now you can hear me.
Well, I hit my microphone. So, Newfoundland, is it you that does? No, that's somebody else. He's up near you, the guy that does the e-bike thingy.
That's Matt, isn't it? The guy that did the Tiny Hawk video with the windshield wipers.
Yeah, I no, I recognize the name, Bill. Um, I get a little dyslexic sometimes, but yeah, I mean, it was me, Michael. Um, they, yeah. Well, I don't know about that, Mad Kiwi, but I don't know that the e-bike stuff is cool, but I'm not on board with an e-car. I I'm very fond of my e-bike, but it's a bicycle, and it sucks in the rain. You don't want to be caught in the rain. Um, but it's cool ride and it has good power and it will go 50 miles on a charge. So I usually go a whole month before I have to charge it again because I don't go that far usually, but it's very cool. And it beats the hell out of pedaling. I can tell you that right off the bat. It beats the hell out of it. So today, because of the way my bike is, it's hard. It's not hard to lift it off. It's hard to lift it off the ground and have it stay there. So I have ropes. Well, not ropes, but strings would be a better word. Tied to the ceiling of the back porch. And I've had this issue with a tire rub on it. So today, before I went to the store to get some beer, I lifted it up on the strings and found I always heard this rub on the tire, and I found out where it was, and I got rid of it. I agree, Rigger, and we have no ideas what tough times may be ahead of us. Okay, so I mean, you're in a better place, Rigger, than we are. I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
kind of
he's up by lakes and stuff.
he's in British Columbia. He's in Rigger is in Canada. Uh, somebody would say, ah, but but Rigger is like prepared. I mean, like here in Florida, it's harder to do that.
I hear you. I'm lucky. I'm like 3 miles from the mountains.
Well, like in your case, Bob, I mean, you could go out and kill a deer or get something to eat.
I'm
There's
three
not
miles.
much.
I'm 3 miles from a state park that's unpopulated. It's the Adirondacks. And there's dangers up there, and I'd be good if I was younger. But right now, I might as well just give it up.
So it's
I
like
would try.
here in Florida, where I live, uh, fish is the main sustenance you might get, from out in the wild. I mean, you can go poach a deer if it's not hunting season, but the deer here are small anyway. So what a lot of the people that are forced to get wildlife are doing raccoons, possums. You remember? Who remembers the Beverly Hillbillies? And Granny had her possum stew and stuff like that. I'm telling you, man, you can live off that.
Hey, I've eaten squirrel and I've eaten a rabbit.
I've never, I've never had either one, but don't understand. Well, the squirrels here in Florida are kind of ratty looking, and especially in the summertime, they get these worms on them. They don't look especially appetizing. But I don't know. There's definitely game here to be had. If things get in a desperate situation. Hell, they have. I think they're getting ready do one of them now. They have a snake roundup in the Everglades for pythons. And I hear snakes can be rather tasty if you cook them right. Taste just like chicken. That's what they always tell you. Wherever you get, whatever kind of different meat you get, they always say tastes like chicken. So anyway, I was had this wild hair to do a live, and hey Michael, I've had a lot of it is on how you cook it. So I've had gator down here. I've had gator tail. I wasn't that impressed, but they probably didn't cook it right. I've had frog legs and the same story. They probably didn't cook it right or season it right or whatever. I've had shark, and I've had shark that was boring. Just tasted like it didn't even taste like meat. It tasted like nothing. But seasoned right, it was damn good. Rattlesnake. I've had snake rigger. I heard rattlesnake was pretty good. Hey Allie. How are you, sweetie? That I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the nickname that Allie hates the most, and I can't come up with it. I'll think of it after this. I have had deer meat, Michael, and I've had deer meat that sucked, and I've had deer meat that was like meat candy.
You come back in?
And maybe the time I tasted it where it sucked was maybe they didn't clean it right. They cut the urine sac or whatever they call it. I don't know, but it was gamey as crap. But I've had venison that was delicious, and I call it meat candy because I couldn't get enough of it. I mean, I ate it up. So it's all almost any meat. I guess I would say it almost any meat out there. It depends upon how it's prepared.
Venison can be tough, but it's good. Like if you go and put it in a stew, put some tomato sauce in there, and if you're cooking it, cook it slow, because it's lean meat. It's not from a fat cow that just stands around all day long.
Well, when you say that, I get that, but and I get the difference between tenderness and gaminess, or tenderness and toughness. Excuse me.
Yeah, because the deer are
What
active.
what I was specifically referring to was tasty versus gaminess. Do you know what I mean by gamey? I don't know. I mean, you're up north, so it's like it it has a different flavor to it. When I say gamey, it
You
just
mean like gamey,
has,
like
has a different taste to it rather than what you think of as meat.
yeah, what you think of
And,
as
and
normal?
that could be a bad definition.
No, that's all right. But you know, what you think is normal are chemically induced cows to be the way they are. Gamey is something in the wild.
Uh, when I think of gamey, I almost think of the term fishy because I mean I'm sure anybody here has had fish before, but you know how some fish just taste really fishy and other fish doesn't, and it's just tastier. Well, I've had venison that's the same way. So, I mean, my teeth aren't what they used to be, but it's the taste that matters more to me than how tough it is. If that makes any sense.
No, venison is tough.
I mean, if it's tough, I'll just gnaw on it longer. You know what I mean? Till it's small enough to swallow. So that was my point. But gamey, gamey, gamey just don't. I don't care how tender it is. If it's gamey, it doesn't taste good. Hey,
Now you know
Blizz,
that Allie's hair, right?
I don't know. I mean, Blizz is up there in the blizzard area. Not much Blizz. You stop it, Rigger. Stop it with all this centigrade crap. We don't know what the
Yeah, we
nobody.
have to stop and
Well,
do that.
Allie probably knows what the centigrade is. Blizzard probably knows. I mean, is 23C hot? I don't frickin' know. What I gotta Google this shit.
The only thing I remember is my school teacher told me 27 degrees centigrade is like room temperature.
The 27. Well, what is room temperature? Who the
Well, that's
hell
what she said.
defined that?
I actually think it's
Only,
more like 80
oh,
degrees.
let's see what Ricker says. Only three countries on the planet use imperial. That's because we're one of the three best countries, Rigger. What the hell? Yeah, I know, Allie. I know that's what you use in the UK. You don't have to tell me anything I don't already know. We're used to Fahrenheit. Quit trying to change us. The only thing I know, the only uh, temperature thing I know between Fahrenheit and Celsius is that 32 Fahrenheit is 0 degrees in Celsius.
Right.
That's that's when shit freezes.
I
Okay.
actually I actually think that -16 is both centigrade and Fahrenheit, or real close to it.
No, I hear you, Michael. I hear you, brother. Hey man, if it tastes good to you, that's all the hell that matters.
Yeah,
So
Michael's right. So can
I
it
guess dude, I mean I've lived in Michael, oh, it's way healthier, Michael. The Michael McReynolds, the deer meat is leaner, less cholesterol, all that shit. If you cook it right, it is delicious. So I don't know. I mean, I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Jacksonville on the coast, and caught saltwater fish all my life. I've had what are considered like um, not bluegill. Um, what's the damn fish with the razor sharp teeth? I'm trying to think of what they are, but they're a bloody fish. But if you cut the bloodline out and slit their throat and let them bleed out, they're pretty damn good fried. I've never had bear growth rigger. I can, you know, what's funny, rigger is that Mark is as I get older, I have a little bit more trouble with the grease. But other than that, I don't know. Um, so anyway, I wasn't going to go here too much. I mean, I kind of went into the globalist stuff, and I kind of went into the global. Did I go into the global warming stuff? I'm not
No,
sure.
you didn't.
Not really. Did I go into that?
No.
All right. So,
That's like a church nowadays.
first of all, this is in my humble opinion. It's all bullshit. Okay? Because this whole global warming shit is part of the grand globalist scheme to make the general population eat bugs and feel good about it while they can still eat prime rib and fly around in their jets to tell us how evil we are by perpetuating the global warming. Yeah. I want somebody to give me a plausible argument to contradict that. I mean, like John Kerry, also known by many as Lurch, because he looks like Lurch. Look at him. I think Rush Limbaugh called John Kerry Lurch. God rest his soul before he died. He looks like Lurch. And anybody that denies that is a Lurch denier. So
He's already like 10 years late.
he flies all over the world talking about global warming in his private jet. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, that's the Biden statement right there, if ever there was one. Come on, man. Just like it's such a joke. It's a joke. How do people buy into this? When's the last time you heard from anything from Greta Thunberg? Yeah, she's rocking and rolling now, ain't she? I haven't heard shit from her in forever. Right, Max? There, everywhere sucks. Everything sucks. Well, Max there, Rigger, all the rest of you people, there comes a time when you have to say enough is a damn enough. Has the world gone batshit crazy? I would say in many ways it has. But the pendulum always swings. And I believe if
it's kind of fitting.
If the pendulum isn't at its apex already, it's right there because people are going to realize that this crap is insane. Chris, you're a mess. Oh, Barracuda. Always liked that song, Michael. So, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that's going on, you know. Dylan Mulvaney, that guy with the Bud Light, the Target bullshit.
You know, the guy with the Bud Light, that may be the breaking point.
Well, I mean, in Target, I mean, they lost billions in market share. It doesn't mean they actually lost that money. It's just what their stock was worth. But in the end, it cost them money, and all their investors are like, what the hell are you guys doing? Your marketing team really sucks. So, I don't have a thing against Dylan Mulvaney other than I think he's ridiculous. And yes, I'm going to misgender him and call him a he, even after his 365 days of girlhood. He makes a mockery of women, and there's not a. If well, I will tell you this. I don't know how attractive you might appear to be, but just from his demeanor, if that came up to me and was trying to, oh, I'm a girl after a year. I'm like, I would be like, get away from me. Don't be within 50 miles of me. So anyway, let's see, how long has this shit been going on? Oh my goodness. So, oh. So I'm going to try and bow out of here because I'm ready to have another cigarette. I've had a few beers. Haven't eaten anything today. And I'm down to 4 people. I agree with that. Rigor mortis. I don't know what you mean by grace. I've heard the term before. I guess you have some grace by simply being a child of God. So I'm not going to dispute that. But I think that faith without works is dead. That's one thing in the Bible. You can find many other have been argued with by other people, especially one who shall not be named, but some of you will know who that is. There are many instances in the Bible where one statement seems to contradict another, but it really doesn't. It's just about the people they were talking to. Some people have a higher level of understanding than others do. And so they are only given that information with which they can understand. So that's an important part of the equation. So, Bob.
What'd I do?
Nothing. I was going to ask a question.
Well, you were talking about global warming. I was going to say, whatever happened to the big freak out with the rainforest? Remember that like 30, 40 years ago? The end of the rainforest was going to ruin the earth, and it just kind of went away. They always
Okay.
come up with these things.
The whole look, I don't know what you're saying about the rainforest. Please feel free to repeat it.
You don't remember that?
Remember what?
Like 30, 40 years ago, they were worried that the earth was going to stop because we were killing the rainforest.
No, I do not remember that.
Oh, man. I also remember like 30 years ago, they told us that they estimated that we had 15 years worth of oil left, and that was it.
Oh, now I definitely remember that shit. We have like 2 centuries of oil underneath the ground in the United States.
And they still will not admit that oil does not come from dinosaurs. The earth makes it.
Really?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I had not heard that.
Were there dinosaurs down in the Gulf of Mexico where they had so much oil coming out 5, 10 years ago that they had to cap it?
Well, look. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not willing to say that all the oil came from dinosaurs.
No,
Okay,
it didn't. The
although
earth the earth makes it. There's a name for it, but I can't remember it. It starts with a
well,
T.
carbon was in the earth, and they got some rotten dinosaurs kind of mixed in with it, but I don't know. I
Think about all the oil
that's
we
a lot of fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was
Jesus.
gonna say, think about all the oil we've burned in the past like 30 years. That's a lot of dinosaurs.
I know, that's my point.
And why did they get so
You
deep
got
in the
that
earth?
many, if you got that many damn dinosaurs running around, I wouldn't want to be around there at that point in time. That's all I know.
And how did they get so far underground?
Good question. I don't know.
Well, you're not up on your conspiracy theories then, because the
Well,
earth,
I mean, there's so many out there. The problem is, here's the problem. So many of these conspiracy theories turn out to be true for them.
yeah, look, Rigger seems to know about it. Yeah, because it's the earth makes it.
Well, see, what Rigger doesn't understand is it's not a pastor reading stories to kids at a library. It's some transgender, cross dressing guy that's reading stories to kids.
Hey, you know what's a real shame? This guy had a promising career. He had a promising career, Pee Wee Herman, and in his off time, he got caught in a late night movie theater, and it ruined his career.
Yep.
Now these guys are on Prime TV. They're at the White House. I feel sorry for Pee Wee Herman. He could have made millions of dollars.
No, with the where they Joe Biden says transgesture, not transgender, transgesture. And then the one TikTok person that's a guy but has on fake breasts, flashes her
I
boobs.
heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah, and she is now persona and grata at the White House because they won't let her back.
And Rigger, I am so glad I am not a parent nowadays. I am so glad. I feel sorry for you.
So I just want to say that I, again, have nothing against gay people, trans people,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
bisexual people. Leave the damn kids alone, and not only leave the kids alone, but if you're a trans, well, I get confused on this. Trans man, I think, means that you're a woman, but you want to identify as a man. The trans woman, I understand, uh, is somebody that is a male that has all the appendages and whatever, but wants to identify as a woman.
Who knows?
Number one, no, you have no right. I don't care what you call yourself, whatever. You have no right to be naked in front of real women. You
I
have
know.
no right to compete against women in athletics because, first and foremost, you are not a woman. You will never be a woman. There is nothing you can do to be a woman. You can act like a woman, I guess. You're a parody of a woman, but you will never be a woman. You don't have a womb. Oh, you can have surgery to have a fake womb, but and in the end, it's just a wound, not a womb. So I'm sorry, it can't happen. You have no business interfering with women's athletics. There's there's no way. You Women have the right to privacy. You want to have your gender neutral bathroom? I don't have a problem with that. But there's no way you should be able to intrude on a real woman's space because you will never, ever be a real woman. Sorry. That's just facts. That's just biology. And there is nobody that would ever convince me otherwise. And I bet there's a lot, well, there's only 4 here now, but I bet the majority of women would think the same thing. So I challenge anybody to dispute that. There's no way I'm sorry. Woman's a woman. Man's a man. You can be all whatever, transgender, non-binary, whatever, but you were born a certain way, and there is no escaping it. So that's it. I just, I, I don't know. This stuff infuriates me because it goes against all human sense. Now, I saw a great video the other day, and they were talking about I'm going to screw this up. I know the PTFBs or whatever. I'm trying to think of what channel I saw this on, but it's a lining that they use in juice containers and stuff like that that uh, suppresses testosterone development and increases estrogen. And and it's also in pesticides that like becomes um,
All that stuff that's in the drinking water.
yes, yes,
Drink
and
beer. Don't drink water.
it like promotes estrogen in people.
Hey,
Which
Dan.
estrogen is a female hormone, and so they linked it to decrease testosterone in men and also gender dysphoria. So I don't know. I mean, I I think a lot of this transgender stuff is social contagion, but it could easily be also um, some chemical shit going on. I'm not willing to write that off. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, you just think about it. I mean, I don't know.
Now, Dan, aren't you glad it's not political?
I mean, like I remember as when I was a kid. I mean, here you have these actresses or whatever. All my kids are transgender, and I'm like, and you know that how? I mean, no, because you want to be special and you want to have these special kids, or because you're a movie star and you have social connections and you think this will boost your career. So you think you're special, you think your kids should be special too. So, well, they're all boys, but they identify as girls. I'm trying to think. Megan Fox or whoever she is, doesn't matter. There's numerous cases of this where their kid is like 3 years old and they think that it was identified as a different sex. Well, how do you know that? You're just an idiot. That's a brand new parent. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You looked at videos. Oh, yeah, that's it. You know how many, when I was growing up, I didn't think about sex, sex for the most part. For a while, maybe at times, see some girls' panties because we're out playing in the yard and she fell over and the skirt came up. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we were just about having fun. We weren't about sex or anything. So I I I don't know. I in so many ways I feel none of this stuff was going on when I was a kid.
No way.
And I feel like so many kids' childhood has been stolen from them. Their parent decided instead of just letting them go outside and be kids, they wanted to make it all about themselves. And to me, that's disgusting. I remember going out and playing cowboys and Indians, and there were a couple girls that played cowboys and Indians with us too. And they weren't a squaw; they were a warrior too. And it just makes me sad. It makes me sad that so many of these kids didn't have the childhood I had.
We had a good time in life, Ed.
Well, Bob, you were kind of out in the country when your your childhood was going on.
Yeah. Small city. I miss those days, man. We always outside. You roamed the whole neighborhood. Nobody had to watch over you. When it started getting dark out, you went home.
Well, when I look back on my childhood, my dad had his issues. Um, he was kind of out. He was an alcoholic,
Yeah, mine
but
too.
he wasn't always bad. There were a lot of times when he was good. He did good things for me, but when he was bad, I would just leave. And but where I grew up, we had this big ass yard, had a creek in the back, and like 5 years old, the old man that lived next door, Willard, he gave our family a boat. He wanted a lighter boat so his 9.9 engine would make it go faster. So the boat that I was given to our family was more of a battleship, but it was sturdy and I had a lot of fun with that thing. And we took across the creek all the time. Across the creek was a whole belt of woods next to the cemetery. I mean, it was beautiful. So it was a great place to grow up. I mean, I know a lot of people that did not grow up in as good a place as I did. So
No, I remember it was good.
and I don't mean I didn't have good parents or anything. I just mean as far as having fun. You had this huge yard in the back, had a creek, and across the street, across the creek was a belt of woods, and past that was a cemetery. I mean, how much better does it get than that? You know. So I don't know. I just think the today's kids know nothing of that.
No, they
Most of them
don't.
don't. They're too busy looking at their damn phone instead of going outside and experiencing the woods, the streams, stuff that's actually out there. You know, it's like, I don't know about Jaybird, but Rigor Morris, I know Rigor loves the outdoors. See, see you,
Never been
Rigor.
on regular.
I'm about done too. I just wanted to go on about
No, man.
more
We
and
used to have
more
fun. We used to have fun just watching the ants.
more than anything. Okay, I'm going to leave Trump alone, although I think it's all bullshit. But anyway, I just want to encourage anybody to get out there in the woods, break away from your freaking phone, and just go out there. And Jaybird, I know you don't do that. Get out there. You'll feel better. Trust me. Trust me. Get out there in nature. Take your DJI drone if you want to, if you must. And if I had one, I probably would too. But what I have a great time doing, see, it's all about getting started. Okay. I have this problem all the time. I have a hard time getting started. It's like going for a ride on my e-bike. Do I need beer? Yeah, probably. And so I'll ride up the store and get my beer and or some cigarettes. But every now and then, I'll get the urge to go on a road trip with my bike, which I did, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I guess it was. And I went to my old neighborhood, went along Little Pottsburg Creek, where I spent many a happy hour along the woods next to the graveyard. And Dude, I felt so much better. It was incredible. So, and you need to do more of those, Bob. When's the last time you were out at the farm?
Oh, I did go like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago? Okay,
I
well
was
that's
gonna,
not too
I was
bad.
gonna fly, but it was too windy.
So did you fly out there?
Way windy. It blew my lawn chair over.
Oh, really? That
I
is
did, I did a bunch of mowing though.
so. I don't know. I mean I get not flying, but it's cool that you were out there.
Oh yeah, and I mowed quite a bit. So that's
So I am going to end this broadcast. I appreciate that those that came in. Um, I just had a few things to say. Oh wait, I'm not ending yet. Okay, I think this whole Donald Trump thing is bullshit. I just want to end with that. Uh, no one did anything about Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's tapes actually were a um, court ruled that he could consider those tapes as his private or personal material. To me, that ruling, and I'm not here to disagree with that. I'm just saying that under the Presidential Records Act, Bill Clinton was able to pull that off, and a judge ruled on it and said that was cool. Why can't Donald J. Trump do the same damn thing? Makes no sense to me. Now, Bill Clinton was president. Donald J. Trump was president. Hillary Clinton wasn't president. And Joseph Robinette Biden definitely wasn't president either. So I don't know. All I gotta say is that's kind of messed up. So that is called a weaponized DOJ bullshit incumbent president. I mean, there are so many levels of corruption to this. Double standards is a better word. That is not any funny. So, hey, leave a comment if you disagree, but I don't see how you have a valuable argument because you are a bedwetter for the left wing.